Let me ask you an important question. Is there someone that you consider to be more successful than you are and that you tend to compare yourself to? And does comparing yourself to that person tend to make you feel insecure about your own achievements and your own level of success? If so, in this video, I will share with you a powerful perspective and process that's going to allow you to free yourself from the comparison trap. And it's going to allow you to free yourself from comparing yourself to others in ways that just make you feel bad about yourself. My name is Alex Poder, and I'm the founder of Alex Poder Coaching and Consulting. In my experience, here is how this dynamic tends to play out. At some point in our life, we step onto our career path. We feel good about our work. We feel good about how we use our skills and talents to create value, to create impact. And then somewhere along our journey, we start to take notice of people who seem to have made it, who seem to have achieved a much higher level of success. We notice people who are much younger than we are and who by societal standards have achieved high levels of success. Or we notice someone who is earning a much higher income than we do. Or we notice others who are more well known than we are, or who are much more recognized for their achievements. And then we often feel that no matter how much we might be able to do, or even if we try our best, we'll never be able to catch up to them. We'll never be able to get to their level of success. And that usually tends to make us question about our own abilities to achieve the success we want. This can send us into a downward spiral where it becomes increasingly harder to feel good about ourselves, to feel inspired, to feel hopeful. And unless we find a way to step out of this dynamic, it keeps perpetuating. It keeps reinforcing a feeling of inadequacy that then also gets projected through our actions and the way we're showing up in the world. And the more we keep showing up from this place of inadequacy and that we're not good enough, the more it's impacting our experiences and the more it's shaping our reality. So what to do? Well, one of the first things that I want to share with you that I found extremely helpful is the understanding that we tend to compare how we feel on the inside to how others look on the outside. In other words, we have no idea whether or not someone who has achieved a certain level of success by societal standards, how happy they are or how content they are, and if we actually really feel good about themselves. Right? If someone, seems super successful by societal standards, but also feels constantly pressured to maintain a certain public persona out of fear that they might lose it all or that they might be found out. Like, would you really want to trade with them? And of course, this doesn't mean that, we can't have success and be happy at the same time. Not at all. However, we tend to be conditioned to believe that happiness can be found in worldly success, that success is a source of happiness. And in my experience, that's not true. And that's also why I believe it's important to learn how to feel good on the inside first, and then to create whatever success we want to create in the world from that place of inner happiness, of inner contentment, of inner balance, of inner alignment, of inner peace. And when we can do that, then we can actually create success based on whatever success means to you and how you define it, from a place of well-being, from a place of fulfillment, from a place of abundance, instead of fear, scarcity, and deficit. So I want to share with you some concrete steps that you can take to free yourself from the comparison trap. The first thing is that instead of comparing yourself to the achievements of others, I want to invite you to just allow yourself to be inspired by the positive qualities that allowed them to create that level of success. Right? So instead of just looking at the results, the outcomes, shift your focus on what they were able to do, like the place that they were able to show up from to create that success. Of course, this can also mean that they might have created success from a place of deficit, from a place of needing to prove themselves. But I want to invite you to look for qualities that resonate with you on a deeper level. That could mean their determination, their belief. That could mean the way they're showing up or the way they're structuring their daily routine, their commitment to certain values, the way they're treating others and themselves. So see if you can notice the positive aspects that allowed them to achieve the level of success that they were able to achieve, so that you can be inspired and find those qualities within you. The other step I want to invite you to consider is to know that everyone is on their own journey, including you. And the quicker you can allow yourself to embrace your own uniqueness, your own strength, and your own talents, the quicker you can unlock the power to create your own success. Right? In other words, when you just focus on other people's qualities and advantages, and you focus on your own shortcomings, it's going to be challenging to create positive experiences, because you're not even connected with your own abilities. You're just so focused on what other people are doing, how they're showing up, the qualities, the talents, the skills that they embody. So I want to really invite you to just acknowledge that you are on your own path and you have unique skills and talents and gifts that no one else has. And the more you can acknowledge those gifts and talents and embrace them and celebrate them and appreciate them, the more those will come forth and be projected through your action, through the way you're showing up in the world. And as a result, you'll start to create from those qualities, those gifts more and more, which then also allows you to use your gifts to shape your reality in positive ways. The other step is to make sure that you are aware that every time you compare your own success to someone else's and it makes you feel bad about yourself, you're creating resistance. And whenever we create resistance, we're blocking ourselves from allowing greater success to come into our life. So it's really important to notice how resistance is one of the biggest barriers that we tend to embody, and that tend to prevent us from creating the experiences we want to have in our lives. And I want to invite you to take steps to let go of that resistance, to open yourself up so that you can step into a place of greater self-compassion, greater self-love, greater self-acceptance. And to notice how that shift allows you to just feel much more open and much more aligned with greater possibilities and the greater potential to achieve the success you want to have. And then lastly, I want to invite you to consider that the reason why we want to create success is to be happy, right? We want to feel good about ourselves. So we just want to feel good, period. We want to feel content. And I want to also invite you to see that we don't need success to be happy, and that success, while it can provide temporary relief from feeling inadequate, it's not a sustainable way to create happiness and well-being and inner peace. Right? In fact, in my experience, the quickest way to experience a deeper level of happiness and contentment and peace is to become aware of your own gifts, of your own achievements, your unique strength, the amazing person, the amazing being you are, and to really celebrate that and to allow yourself to really embrace who you are and to feel the value, the worthiness that you carry inside of you. Now, what's really great about this process is that the more you let go of comparing yourself to others, the more energy gets released, the more energy gets freed up to create success and great experiences in your life, in your career, and other areas that are important to you in your life. If you like what I shared with you, please feel free to share this video with others. And I want to also invite you to hit the like button on the video and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.